Hi, I'm Jackie. Most people on Twitch call me Sprinkle, and I'm a variety streamer. And today I'm showing you exactly how I do stream my cooking sessions. So I will be showing you my current setup, but I will also show you my starter setup. Let's start with the gear breakdown. First of all, we have the camera. I think a lot of people definitely, especially when they're starting out or figuring out how to do this, the camera is a big question, right? And right now I am on the Osbot Tail Air. Love this camera. It's amazing. It uses AI technology to track you. So while I'm moving throughout my kitchen, it follows me around. I don't just suddenly am out of frame, which is great. I can turn them on, but I don't know if that will be a good idea. Oh, look at Monster. Alrighty. Oh, it can't. It's tracked the cat. It can actually film in 4K too. The Tail Air also comes with a wireless function, so you can stream wirelessly as well, which is awesome. And there's this much more to it. I will link some resources below on the Osbot systems. There's cheaper versions. My camera comes at around $500, but there is definitely cheaper options of the Osbot out there, as well as, of course, other options. You don't have to use an Osbot. You can use whichever camera works best for you. If it's a DSLR, mirrorless camera, or just a simple webcam, Elgato has great options as well. Second, we have the microphone. A lot of people that start out focus so much on their camera gear that they forget that people will watch anything, honestly, in my opinion, that has good sound and maybe not the best picture, but compared, I think if it has really bad sound, people more likely will jump off and maybe watch something else. And so I would always recommend, if you need to invest into something first or want to invest into something first, do it with a good microphone. As of now, I decided to use a lavalier because I think it's the best option as a cooking and food and drink variety streamer if you're moving around a lot, especially if you have a bigger kitchen space, because you'll be turned away, you'll be moving around. Take bun me, take the bun me, take bun me. I made backup tofu. I literally made backup tofu. Oh my god, hello? Wait, who's coming in with the raid? So if you don't know what a lavalier is, it's basically just a wireless microphone that you can attach to your clothing or hang around you, and you have your microphone with you all the time. I'm using the Maono wireless lavalier system. I got the double pack, so if I ever have a guest during my cooking and food and drink streams, I can hook them up as well. It's super affordable for what you get, in my opinion. It's a great system. It sounds really good for the price, because, you know, microphones can get really expensive. Another big piece is having a computer.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
There is some people that do it via their phone, and that is also a possibility. I'm currently streaming on my gaming computer. I will link the build down below so you can see exactly the specs and what I'm using. I'm utilizing a lot of the wireless options that come with my gear, as well as extended really long cables that go from my office into my kitchen. A lot of people also stream on a laptop, and I started streaming on a laptop as well. You want to be able to see chat, so that could be a laptop, that could be your phone, a tablet, whatever you have around, because I don't want to carry my expensive gaming computer that I saved and worked hard for over into the kitchen every time. I just want it out of the way from the kitchen. That being said, you will need some sort of way to see chat and communicate, and in order to change scenes, I just set up commands. So I just type in, for example, exclamation point cooking, and it'll come to my cooking scene, exclamation point BRB, and it go to the BRB screen. In that regard, I can like still control what's going on, and I can definitely like do a tutorial or give you more tips on how to do that if that's something that interests you. Next, we also have things like lights or tripods and stuff like that, and I will link you my tripod that I use to hook up my Osbot on. It just kind of depends on what you're using, of course, but I do think a tripod is really helpful. It doesn't have to be the craziest high-end tripod. You can start with a cheap one. I have two of them. I am a food photographer. That's what I do as my profession. That's how I earn my money, with photography. So I do have a lot of photography gear just around because it is part of my profession and my business. So I do understand that that might be a lot to get all this gear that is really expensive. And that's why we will have the budget section soon. Last but not least, the last thing you will definitely need is a streaming software. So you can set up your stream however you like and just have more control over alerts, different scenes, and things that you may want to showcase on your stream. We can take them out once we're doing more. Whoop, whoop. Hello everyone, welcome in. I am using OBS. It's a great system to work with. One of my favorite creators about OBS and tips about OBS is Nutty here on YouTube. Definitely make sure to check him out. He has lots and lots of tutorials on how to use it. Now that we've kind of talked about my gear at the moment, I do want to talk about budget-friendly cooking stream setup ideas and how I started, because no, I didn't start with all this gear. I actually began with a used gaming laptop that I got for, I don't know, $400 or $500 probably. I used that to start streaming on, and then I would just use my phone and the camera that I already had, which was like a really, really old used DSLR camera. And I used a microphone that I got off of Amazon for $30. I don't know, maybe a year into streaming, something like that. I invested into a higher quality microphone, which is the Shure MB7 that you see right down here, which I also use for my work, and that's what I use for my co-working and gaming streams. But it was always a hassle, basically taking all my setup down and setting it up in the kitchen and then putting it back up. You can use a microphone like that is sitting somewhere, but as said, I think a lavalier, especially for cooking, is just so much better because you will move around. You won't be always in the same position, and that way the microphone will just follow you around rather than having it sit somewhere. I will also link down below all my gear that I used to use when I started out. If you're starting, just know it's okay to stream from your stove with zero budget. I think that's where all the great legends begin, like me and Shrek. I think a lot of people focus so much on the gear rather than the streaming itself and making the stream engaging and fun. Having good gear definitely is so helpful, but you can use your phone as a camera. You can use a cheaper webcam. You don't need all this gear to stream. Set up a small scale, zero budget stream and see if you even enjoy streaming. Once you are getting more used to streaming regularly, I feel like you also will realize what you really need. It really depends on how you want to set up your stream, and really so individual, like how you create your stream and how you make it interactive and your community, that sometimes it can be hard to say this is the only right gear because there's so many possibilities, you know what I mean? Also, I do want to share some pro tips for food and drink streams in general. In addition to what I just said already, I was like rambling, right? What a huge surprise, a streamer who likes to yab. Surprise. I think one of the things that really can be helpful is utilizing timers. And that can be with a variety of things. That can be setting them up through Stream Elements on your phone. Maybe you have like a smartwatch that you can use. Whatever that might be, utilizing and using timers is great. Not just for your cooking, but also for, reminding you that 3 hours have passed and you still haven't added any salt, or you still haven't had anything to drink. Especially with cooking streams, have water nearby, have some snacks nearby, just for hydration and just keeping your blood sugars right, especially if you're neurodivergent. I don't know if you are. I know how it is. And you can suddenly forget to drink water for like 3 hours. You're gonna feel weird after a while on stream, and so it's important, to stay hydrated, to self-care and all of that stuff. And I mean, also having water around also might be good for, putting out a small fire if that ever happens. Oh, also another thing that can help with that is having self-care reminders as channel point redeems for your community. It does not only make the stream more interactive, just something to keep in mind. Remember the self-care, and also, if needed, time limit yourself so you don't end up streaming for like 8 hours. I had it happen where a 1 hour recipe suddenly took us 4 hours because we would stop and yap and chat and play and interact, and like having so much community things going on and so much chat things going on that it may take longer. Thanks so much for hanging out and checking out my cooking studio setup. If you do love cozy vegan food content and kitchen vibes, you're in the right place. I share lots of recipes here, kitchen tips, streaming behind the scenes content. It's all pretty much food focused, but also I'm trying to get more into the lifestyle area as well and just share more behind the scenes because I think a lot of people are actually interested in that. So yeah, if you do want to see this setup in action and maybe some perfectly imperfect cooking, come say hi over on my Twitch channel. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to hit that like button if this helped you, and comment below if you have any questions or if you want to see my co-working, gaming, and my other stream setups. Because as said, I am a variety streamer. Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any tasty content and streaming tips. Keep cooking with love and maybe a little bit of chaos. I see you soon. Oh! Wow, look at that crust. Oh no. I sneezed on this. That's not good. And then I hope you can see. That's alright, I guess. I think this would be good as a slushie. This could be a good slushie. Oh my god. Bye. I love you. Thank you for 10 gift subs. Here goes nothing. I don't know. No. Delicious.